Hagrid? Something wrong? You look...
Oh, nothing dramatic. Just seems some young wizard might have a set of sticky fingers. And by that I mean, someone's been stealing things.
Oh no! What's gone missing?
Pies and cakes, mostly. Set them on the table to cool, and next thing you know, they're gone. Thought maybe it were Fang, except he's been with me this whole time. And a few of his favourite biscuits is missing too.
Don't worry, Hagrid. I'm sure we can track down the culprit. Let's see if they left any clues behind. A bit of careful investigation is all we need. These look like biscuit crumbs. Very firm. Ah, they must be from Hagrid's rock cakes. If the thief ate one of those, he'll be lucky to have any teeth still intact. There are a few feathers. Probably not a fruit good thing too. The silencing charm has never been very good. Hi, Ivy. Ready for another exciting Care of Magical Creatures class?
I am! And Hagrid said we should expect something extra special today. I can't wait to see what it is. Unlike Daniel, who's convinced we're in mortal danger.
We are! You know how Hagrid is about beasts. He thinks blast-ended Scroots are warm and cuddly. Scroots!
I'm sure whatever it is won't be that bad.
Hermione wasn't afraid. Hermione Granger. Hagrid told me she was one of his best students. She helped him raise the first... Joke all you want, but if it wasn't for Miss Granger, we might not even have a class to go to. She did so many amazing things, all while she was still a student.
Impossible!
Whizbang! Whizbang!
Impossible!
Acromantula venom!
Sidelong apparition!
Whizbang!
Sidelong apparition!
Whizbang!
Impossible!
Whizbang!
Impossible! Protego impossible! Protego total! Impossible! Impossible!
Whizbang! Whizbang!
Protego total! Impossible! 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 Sidelong apparition!
Whizbang!
Impossible! Impossible!
Whizbang!
Impossible!
Whizbang!
Impossible!
Acromantula venom! Whizbang!
Protego total!
Whizbang!
Sidelong apparition! Impossible!
Whizbang!
Whizbang! What was that? Sounded like a strange popping sound. Almost something else. The sound of wings flapping.
How's it going? Did you find any clues?
A few, but I don't think it was a suspicious wizard who stole your food, Hagrid. I think it might have simply been a hungry bird. A bird with multicolored feathers that also happens to be capable of teleportation. If my suspicions are correct, it'll probably reappear any second. There it is! Or was, I mean.
Blimey! Turns out a Diricol has been stealing my... Poor little fella. Must be starving, maybe even injured. We need to catch him and make sure he's up. Now, you know, a Diricol can disappear in one place and reappear in another. Gotta find a way... You need my help?
We did it! I guess you don't have to worry about this one stealing any more of your food.
Thanks. You did great. Let's see. Looks like this Diricol has an injured wing. That must be why he's been stealing food off my dining table. He can't catch. Don't worry, little fella. You can steal anything you want off my plate while you heal up.
Look at that! He seems very happy, Hagrid. But are you sure you can handle another mouse to feed? Fang might be jealous.
Ha! Well, I suppose he'll have to share, won't he? But if you ever do run into trouble with a beast, you know where to find me. My door is always open.
In that case, how about a spot of tea? I could use something to calm... Hey, Daniel. Thanks again for agreeing to revise with... Wait a moment. Where's your cauldron?
Filch confiscated it, along with all my ingredients. He's convinced I'm the one who swapped his pumpkin juice for babbling beverage. So he seized my potion-making equipment as evidence.
What? But you had nothing to do with that, right?
No, of course not. but Filch received a tip from a concerned student, so he's certain it's me, no matter how much I try to convince him otherwise. I suspect this is all the Frey's fault, those kids.
But the potion's practical is tomorrow.
No, which is why I need your help to brew a batch of invisibility potion and sneak into Filch's office to get it back. It won't turn us completely invisible, but it should give us enough cover that we can make it in unseen. But in order to do that, we'll need some tincture of demiguise and pearl dust. Do you think you could find some for me? Were you able to get all the ingredients? Thanks. I have everything I need to brew the invisibility potions now. As soon as I'm finished, we can drink them and head for Filch's office.
It worked! We're invisible. Well, mostly. I can still sort of make you out from this distance.
Yeah, invisibility potions are handy, but they won't completely erase your presence, especially in close quarters. Not to mention that you can still be felt and heard. Which is why we need to be careful and hide behind cover whenever possible.
That's odd. I thought I just saw somebody walk by out of the corner of my eye. Speaking of the Black Lake, you know that beech tree on the lakeside? Don't you think that'd be the perfect spot to have a picnic? Maybe, if you're not too busy on Saturday, we can try it out?
I suppose I could take a break from studying for a picnic. Oh, why don't we invite everyone?
Oh, sure. Why not? The more the merrier, right?
Poor Robin. She might as well be invisible for how oblivious Kevin is.
Daniel's probably crying about his confiscated cauldron right about now.
Yeah, that'll teach him not to one-up us in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, lay off Daniel already.
Why? Don't tell me you actually like him.
Don't be stupid. It's just that you two are starting to look desperate. It's pathetic.
Daniel? Doesn't it look like Mrs. Norris is staring straight at us?
She must be able to see through our shroud of invisibility. That cat's too perceptive for her own good.
She's going to blow our cover. Come on, let's try to lose her.
Well, well, Mrs. Norris. What do we have here? Looks like two sneaky little troublemakers who need to be taught a
Aguamente!
You've done it now. I'll see the both of you expelled for this.
Expelled for what now?
Good timing, Professor. I caught these two delinquents using an invisibility potion to skulk around my office.
What? That's not what happened. We were just trying to get my cauldron back after he falsely accused me and...
Just say the word, and I'll fetch the chains, Professor.
I don't think that will be necessary. In fact, I can take things from here. Come with me, you two. I trust I don't need to explain to you two how irresponsible and misguided it was to attempt to break into a staff member's office, even if Filch did treat Daniel unfairly. Daniel, you have a brilliant mind. Your well-brewed invisibility potion proves that. That's why I'm gobsmacked you didn't think to ask me or another professor for help first.
I don't know. I suppose I was afraid you'd think I was guilty too. I'm a bloody page. People tend to assume the worst of me.
My boy, I know better than to judge someone based on their background. It's the character of a person and how they use their gifts that matter. You, Daniel, are certainly gifted. What remains to be seen is how you'll use those gifts. I will speak to Filch and see that your potion-making supplies are returned straight away, Daniel. But both of you have to serve a week's detention, and Daniel has to promise to never use those talents for such foolish purposes again.
I promise, Professor. I won't let you down.
Well, that wasn't nearly as painful as I thought it'd be.
Slughorn's right. I'll never be great, or make a name for myself if I keep being so reckless. Here, you can have the rest of the invisibility potion. I won't be needing it anymore.
All right. Now that I think about it, using an invisibility potion to explore off-limit places in the castle, like other houses' common rooms, and the headmistress's office does sound fun. I should give it... What are you doing?
It's not what I'm doing, it's what the Freys were doing. When was the last time you saw them reading?
Never?
Exactly! They were just poring over those books, which are all about time-related magic.
That sounds like trouble. The Freys aren't very good with regular magic.
Right, and time magic is dangerous, not to mention completely unstable. So if they...
That would be a recipe for disaster. What do you think they were up to?
I don't know, but I heard Fisher say Time Turner.
I thought those didn't exist anymore.
Something like that. But more importantly, of what concern are they to you?
Oh, hello, Professor. Not us, the Freys.
Ah, yes. I ran into those two in the corridor. It seems they had a minor mishap with a swelling solution. Why they thought traveling back in time to undo it would be less trouble than a simple deflating draft is beyond. Rest assured, I've set them straight. The twins will not be trying to reinvent the Time Turner, as no one should.
Why are they so dangerous? Time turners, I mean, not the Freys.
When used properly, Time Turners are actually quite safe. It's when a witch or wizard ignores the rules and misuses a Time Turner that the results can be catastrophic. Which is why the Ministry of Magic had very strict regulations around who could obtain and use a Time Turner, and who could not.
Have you ever seen one?
I have. In fact, One of our very own students was approved to use a time turner a few years ago. A brilliant young witch who you might be familiar with. Hermione Granger.
That sounds like a good story.
Would you like to hear it? This student applied to use the time turner so that she could attend every class. She certainly was smart and gifted. Only mastery over time is anything but she was almost late one day, which might sound like it was no big deal. The professor of that class made sure that it was.
Time turner. Time turner.
Looks like you...
I've always got time for my friends.
Wow, time turners are amazing. I used one to go back and make sure I didn't say Wolf's Bean instead of Wolf's Bane in Potions class last week. So embarrassing.
There are limits to how far back you can travel with a time turner, silly.
More importantly, there's always a better way to solve a problem than mucking about with time. With the very rare exception, of course. Now, if you two don't mind getting those books back to the library, I'll see you at our next Transfiguration lesson.